I want to start this podcast with your recently released song, Kala.
Yeah.
And I listened to it. I was like, wow, this is something different. You have come up with a song. It's not, Urdu, Kashmiri, but Punjabi. Like being a Kashmiri, you just came up with a song which is in different language. So, इस गाने के बारे में पहले आप कुछ बताओ भाई.
So पहले तो मैंने खुद एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था खुद से कि I would be writing something in Punjabi because Punjabi is not my mother tongue and it's not the language that I know. So इसकी भी बड़ी interesting story है which I would like to share with you for sure. Galla is again it's a very different song, different than what I usually do. और मैं अभी मानता हूँ कि I am in a process, I'm in a phase wherein I want to explore different genres of music, right? And I wanted to explore funk as a genre, and I was very inspired by Shamoon Ismail to actually do this kind of a song. So I think all credits go to him for actually making me do this because. I mean, I love his work. I'm sure you also you love his work too. We've vibed over his songs for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So I think he was the reason that Galla went in this direction. And I'm very happy that it came out very well.
तो गल्ला के पीछे जो फीलिंग्स है जो मैं जितना मुझे पंजाबी समझ आई और जितना मैं गाने को समझ पाया तो इस सॉन्ग के पीछे एक मीनिंग है, एक फीलिंग, एक इमोशन जुड़ा है. सो कैन यू टॉक अबाउट दिस इमोशन बिहाइंड दिस सॉन्ग?
आई मीन सो गल्ला अगर हम लिरिक्स को इन कंसिडरेशन लेते हैं और किन्नियां गल्लां बता मैं दस्सां थैनू जिवें कोल आके दसे क्यों तकती मैनू. सो अगर हम इसको अपेरेंटली देखें एक शैलो मीनिंग इसका ये है कि मैं उनसे पूछ रहा हूँ कि हाउ मैनी थिंग्स विल आई टेल यू, मैं तुमसे कितनी बातें करूँ या मैं तुम्हें कितना कुछ कहूँ. So it's actually a motive of persuasion कि मैं उनको persuade करना चाहता हूँ, convince करना चाहता हूँ, इसलिए मैं उनको बार बार ये चीज़ें बोल रहा हूँ. But if you go into the deeper meaning, the meaning that I actually wanted to bring out through this song is that I am talking to myself. I am personifying my mind and I'm talking to my mind. और मैं अपने जहन से खुद ये बोल रहा हूँ कि और किन्नियां गल्लां बता मैं दस्सां तैनू. खुद को खुद ही कह रहा हूँ कि अब मैं तुम्हें कितनी बातें बताऊं और तुम्हें मैं कितना समझाऊं क्योंकि हम कभी समझ नहीं पाते हैं एंड देन हमें खुद को खुद ही खुद के लिए हमें खुद ही एक थेरेपिस्ट एक काउंसलर बनना पड़ता है, खुद से खुद ही बातें करनी पड़ती हैं. तो आई थिंक दैट वाज माय टेक ऑन दिस सॉन्ग एंड ऑल इन ऑल इट टॉक्स अबाउट है क्या हकीकत तू बता. It talks about what is reality, what is not. It talks about what is a dream and what is not. और मतलब इसमें काफ़ी layers हैं. I wanted to keep it very simple, but then I mean this is the way that I write. It still needs to have those layers to it. So I think that's about the lyrics.
And I want to tell my viewers that this song is out on all platforms, streaming platforms. You saw it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Or Artist Stay First is the label which has, produced this song for Faheem Bhai. And they are doing very great work, for the Kashmiri artists. And काफ़ी आर्टिस्टों को साइन किया है इस लेबल ने. एंड एक प्लेटफॉर्म दे रहे हैं हमारे आर्टिस्टों को. तो ये गाना आर्टिस्ट फर्स्ट की यूट्यूब चैनल पे है, फ़हीम अब्दुल्ला गला. सो अगर आपके पास टाइम मिले तो सुन लेना, अपनी प्लेलिस्ट में ऐड कर लेना. आई एम श्योर दैट यू विल लव इट. फ़हीम भाई, टॉकिंग अबाउट आर्टिस्ट एंड आर्ट फॉर्म्स, एंड देयर आर सम आर्टिस्ट जो सिर्फ गाते हैं तो सिर्फ गाते हैं. But then there are artists who are into singing as well, who are into writing as well, who are into poetry as well, who are into filmmaking as well. And you are one of them. You are like one of the most multi-talented artists I have seen here in Kashmir, who is trying to leave some mark in the film industry as well, in music industry as well, in poetry world as well. And you write stories, you write scripts. So you are a multi-talented artist. So when did you realize that you are good at this as well and this as well?
Over the years, you see things, you experience life, and you get to know कि आप में कुछ सलाहियतें हैं. और उन सलाहियतों को जानना और पहचानना, उनको डिस्कवर करना. I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea. I still see a lot of people जो ये भी कहते हैं कि हम में कुछ टैलेंट नहीं है. Like there is nothing that I can do. आप इतना सब कुछ कर लेते हो. I think it's just about self discovery. It's about कि आपने किस वक्त पे खुद को देखा, जाना और पहचाना. तो मेरे ख्याल से सबसे पहले जो मैंने डिस्कवर किया खुद के बारे में, मेरे ख्याल से सबसे पहले जो मैंने खुद के बारे में डिस्कवर किया was that I discovered that I had a good voice. जो कि मेरे टीचर्स, मेरे स्टूडेंट्स, जो कि मेरे टीचर्स और मेरे फेलो स्टूडेंट्स ने मुझसे कहा था. एंड लेटर ऑन आई थिंक आई वाज इन 8th grade when I discovered the poet in me, and slowly that thing grew. And it's not been too long when I discovered the filmmaker, the director in me. It was back in 2019. So I think अगर आप एक art form जानते हैं, you would really love and appreciate other art forms also. Even way before that, I would say I started painting first. मेरे ख्याल से singing और painting का मेरा साथ साथ में चल रहा था. But later on किसी वजह से painting छूट गई और poetry took the front seat. I think multidisciplinary होना it's a very natural thing. अगर आप एक singer हो ना, you would always push yourself to write something of your own. तो आप हो गए singer songwriter, and if you wrote a song, you can, like, you already are a writer, right? It depends कि आप पोइट्री लिख रहे हैं आप और कोई फॉर्म ऑफ राइटिंग को इख्तियार कर रहे हैं. यू कैन राइट फिक्शन देन इफ यू थिंक दैट यू कैन एक्सेल इन इट. आई थिंक ये सब आपके बेसिक्स पे डिपेंड करता है कि आप खुद को कैसे पहचानते हो और आपका एक्सपोजर कैसा है. इन चीज़ों की तरफ आपका एक्सपोजर किस तरीके का है.
What is music for you, like, and is it important? And there are like different opinions about music. You know, there are people who love music, and then there are people who don't love music, and they tell people that this is not good, you should not listen to music. So what are your views about it?
I think म्यूज़िक के बारे में सबका अपना अलग अलग परसेप्शन है, उनका सबका अलग अलग से है. But for me, but for me, I think music is important. I mean, it makes me feel liberated. It's a way of expression for me. मुझे कोई ऐसी बात कहनी हो जो मैं शायद ऐसे डायरेक्टली ना बोल पाऊँ, जो मैं सिर्फ पोइट्री के मीडियम से बोल पाऊँगा, और उसको फिर एनहांस करने के लिए I'll need to compose it and make it into a song to make it more presentable and palatable for the listeners. Yeah, when I'm actually making a song, I am so indulged into the process that I do not think about anything else at that point of time. So that is the immersion jo music ki wajah se I see, and I really need that catharsis. I believe ki everything that's happening around, all the experiences that you have, un sab se ek break mil jata aapko when you're in the process of creating a song. And all the sounds and all the instruments that come together. I think वो सब को अगर हम टेबल पे रखते हैं और उन सब को हम अलग अलग भी सुनते हैं या फिर उन सब को हम साथ में भी सुनते हैं, all of these things are trying to convey something to us.
Right.
Or then when we take some lyrics and then we sing a song, it's all about expressing what you're feeling, because agar aap mein ye capability hai that you can express, somebody else cannot, so you're actually advocating their expression also, और आप उनके बदले में कोई बात कह रहे हैं. जैसे most of the songs, why do we love the songs that we listen to? It's because maybe this person is trying to convey something जो वो खुद बयान नहीं कर पाता, and we are trying to help him out there.
Talking about the process, the creative process behind singing, songwriting, and what are the important things to make sure that your work, it's truly beautiful, and jo bhi aap art form create karo, it goes and pierces the hearts of listeners. So what's the process behind it?
See, there are two ways to for a singer-songwriter to make a song, okay? One of them is to first write the lyrics and then compose the music around it, or then set the melody. The other way is the other way around. Like you have a melody first and then you write lyrics over it. So I think I have always gone with the first way. That I have always written something first and then tried to compose it around. और उसको बाद में melody दी है, उसके बाद बाकी instruments उसमें आए हैं. But Galla was this one song जिसमें I went the other way around. Like the melody came first, like the music came first, and music was something for Galla that inspired me to write this song. So I think both of these processes are very beautiful. I think जो सबसे ज़्यादा मुझे natural लगता है, it's that if you write the lyrics first and then you make music around it, that's more natural for me, maybe because mera basic fiber as a person, it's of a poet. So when I write something, then I make music over it. So it's each to its own. Matlab, any musician can do it anyway, based upon कि वो खुद को जो उसकी फितरत है, वो फितरतन खुद को एक musician पहले समझता है, या फितरतन वो खुद को एक poet पहले समझता है.
Do you really think that an artist should make sure that जो उसका काम हो, जो उसके गाने हो, वो फैमिली वाले भी सुने, बच्चे भी सुने, और really वो thought provoking अगर करे भी तो वो अच्छे thoughts provoke करे, ना ही nudity या vulgarity promote ना करे. So what's your opinion about it?
I think all of this varies from one artist to another.
Right.
और ये it's also a matter of expression actually.
Yeah.
I have also had some poems which I've written in English, जिसमें I've actually used a few words which might not be okay for other people. लेकिन ये it's again a matter of perception. So why I use that word in that particular poem is because I wanted to express rage. I wanted to express anger. और मेरे ख्याल से वहाँ पे अगर उस चीज़ को वैसे आप एक्सप्रेस करना चाहते हो एक बड़े रॉ वे में, I think at that point of time it's all right. But for me, I mean, I am a singer-songwriter. So all the singer-songwriters, if they are being honest to how they're feeling and they feel a need to put a word like that in it, I don't see anything wrong with it, because it also depends upon कि आपकी audience कौन है, right? जो I'll take an example of Jehlam. Jehlam एक ऐसा गाना है जिसको छोटे से जवान से लेकर बुजुर्ग तक सभी लोगों ने सुना है. So it became presentable for और it became something जो सब लोग सुन सकते हैं. वो तभी वैसा पॉसिबल हुआ जब उसमें एक पार्लियामेंट्री लैंग्वेज थी, या एक ऐसी डिसेंट लैंग्वेज थी जिससे मैं कन्वे कर पाया अपनी एक फीलिंग को. But yeah, I think it again depends from one artist to another, and I can never say कि this person is not an artist or this form of art is not an art form. I think it depends from genre to genre also. Music में बहुत सारे genres हैं. If you know about the history of blues, how it came into existence, अगर उसको देखें, वो एक इवेंट जब हुए, वो कुछ इवेंट्स जब हुए US की हिस्ट्री में, blues came into existence and slowly hip hop came into existence. And it really talks about rage, and it shows a lot of passion, and there are beats, and then on these beats is poetry. मेरे ख्याल से ये सब, इसको sum up मैं एक तरीके से करूँगा कि it's all up to the artist. एक सुनने वाला, अगर एक आर्टिस्ट एक सुनने वाले के टेस्ट को जहन में रख के वो चीज़ कर रहा है, तो ही इज़ नॉट बीइंग ट्रू टू हिमसेल्फ. अगर वो खुद को फ्रीली एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है जैसे भी उसको एक्सप्रेस करना है, एंड ही जस्ट डज नॉट केयर अबाउट हाउ द लिसनर परसीव्स इट, और उसके सेंटिमेंट्स तो नहीं हर्ट हो रहे या उसको अजीब तो नहीं लग रहा, मेरे ख्याल से वो फिल्टर हटा के जो आर्टिस्ट एक आर्ट फॉर्म को बनाता है, दैट इज़ ब्यूटिफुल. नाउ यू नीड टू सी नेचुरली उसके पास कौन से फ्रेजेस या वर्ड्स आते हैं. That's my take on it.
Amazing, bro. Now I was talking about lyrics, man, and you are a songwriter and you have written so many songs and you have gone through so many poetry, you know, आप लोग poetry को ही compose करके गाने बनाते हो, तो there must be very beautiful poetry which has been, you know, converted into lyrics of a song, and we have many examples of it. But I would like you to quote some beautiful, beautiful words written in songs which you have weaved and which other singers may as well have weaved. So,
I believe, see, most of the songs that I've written, I mean, when it comes to composing a song and making a song, most of those songs that I've made, I have written my own lyrics, mostly. But kabhi-kabhi I come across certain poems, I've come across certain poems, जिनको पढ़ के मुझे ऐसा लगा कि यार, ये तो ऐसी एक poem है जो मैंने लिखी होनी चाहिए थी. Like, it's a kind of a poem that, you know, I would have written for real, that feeling. And this guy has captured this feeling. So वहाँ पे मैं मजबूर हो गया ये करने के लिए कि, you know, I wanted to sing that poem of that person, thinking कि वो मेरी खुद की है. So I'll give you an example of this guy. His name is Kaleem Karnai. I didn't know him. We met in a cafe and he comes to me and he's like, I write too. I said, सुना दो कुछ यार मुझे एक line. And he goes, मैं दर बदर घूम कर बेजार तन्हा. मैं दर बदर घूम कर बेजार तन्हा. Just as he narrated this line to me, I was floored. And I told him कि भाई, I don't know what the following lines are. I just heard the first line. And I love it. I need to make this into a song. Similarly, there's this poet from across the border. His name is Amir Amir. He has written, like, I have listened to many of his poems, but two of his poems, they just captured my heart right there and then. One of them, I call it Ishq because the song has now become Ishq. It says, मैं आ लिखूं तू आ जाए, मैं बैठ लिखूं तू आ बैठे, मेरे शाने पर सर रखे तू, मैं नींद कहूँ तू सो जाए. And then another one, he says, अगर ये कह दो बगैर मेरे नहीं गुजारा तो मैं तुम्हारा, या उस पे मबनी कोई तासुर कोई इशारा तो मैं तुम्हारा. So these are some lines which are phenomenal. And I believe कि इनको अगर मैं जाने देता तो शायद मुझे बुरा लग जाता. And I really wanted to make them into songs and I did.
Amazing bro. And talking about वो पुराने ज़माने की lyrics and now even Bollywood songs now, you know, they have these silly lyrics, man. मतलब it's silly. The songs are silly and उतना substance नहीं है गाने में. But there are some great songs in the past and many great songwriters have written some beautiful lyrics. And you know, मेरे को ये ना मतलब गानों में कुछ लाइनें मैंने I had selected these lines, you know, so ये मुझे बहुत प्यारी lyrics लगी है कुछ गानों की, जैसे कि चांद सी महबूबा हो मेरी, कब ऐसे मैंने सोचा था. चांद सी महबूबा हो मेरी, कब ऐसा मैंने सोचा था, हाँ तुम बिल्कुल वैसी हो जैसे मैंने सोचा था.
I've heard that song.
Yes, heard that song, right? It's a beautiful piece of, you know, poetry here, and the song compose करना इसमें, जैसे कि ये भी ये लाइनें सुनो भाई. मेरा कुछ सामान तुम्हारे पास पड़ा है, मेरा कुछ सामान तुम्हारे पास पड़ा है, सावन के कुछ भीगे दिन रखे हैं और मेरे एक खत में लिपटी रात पड़ी है, वो रात बुझा दो, मेरा वो सामान लौटा दो. मतलब समझ रहे हो?
The depth, बहुत जबरदस्त.
गाने बोल जो बोल है, it really takes you on a, you know, different world. But today's song, they are just bullshit, man. And it's the, you know, sad reality of today's time. You know, आज के ज़माने में contemporary world में जो contemporary lyricists है या contemporary गाने जो आ रहे हैं, जो आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं, these are some artists who are really coming out with this beautiful lyrics. So, you know, you should tell our listeners about them.
I think you should really listen to a band called Bayan. You should really listen to a band called Kashmir. You should listen to Parvaz. These bands, I mean, whoever writes their songs, it's just so well thought, so well put. And उसके बाद जो उसके around melodies बनती हैं, I mean, उनके signatures ही यही हैं कि उनकी lyrics are a certain way. They are winning awards for best lyrics around the world. And I think lyrics कभी मतलब अच्छा lyricism कभी replace नहीं हो सकता अच्छी musicianship से. You know, you can always make good music around trashy lyrics. You can always make trashy music around good lyrics. But trust me, if your lyrics are good, they stay with you. क्योंकि धुन आपके जहन में रह जाती है, लेकिन जो अल्फाज है ना, they keep lingering forever. Like अभी मैंने अगर कोई बचपन में कोई गाना सुना होगा ना, उसकी कुछ लाइनें मुझे अभी भी याद होंगी, because that's the power of words. So I think वो कभी बदलेगा नहीं. And listeners and viewers should really listen to these bands.
Now I have also realized that now these artists, these singers, they're also trying to bring the works of legendary poets, you know, back into the scene, and they are revising it in their own way and compose करते हैं. गालिब की काफ़ी शेर compose हुए, गालिब की काफ़ी शायरी, गज़ल्स, नज़में, they have composed it, and many great artists have, you know, done that. Even in Kashmir, Erfan Abdullah, he did Tamanna, and he is a great fan of Mirza Ghalib. So there are works of other poets, and you know, आपके हिसाब से कौन सी ऐसी गज़ल्स हैं, नज़म है जो आप साथ साथ फरमाओ भी और उन पे आप कंपोज करना चाहोगे? तो कुछ कलाम जो आप कंपोज करना चाहोगे, मगर पहले आप यहाँ पे वो बताओगे.
So मेरे ख्याल से तो गालिब तो ऑलमोस्ट एवरी सिंगर सॉन्ग राइटर इन कश्मीर, जो भी हमारी कम्युनिटी में फेलोज हैं, वो सब उनको पसंद करते हैं. There is Ahmed Faraz, there's among the recent one there is John Elia. For me personally there is Amir. और भी हैं कुछ. अभी हम कश्मीरी को अगर इनटू कंसिडरेशन लेते हैं, आप कलाम महजूर ले लीजिए, आप रसूल मीर का कलाम ले लीजिए. लाइक वी एक्चुअली, मी एंड अरसलान माय फ्रेंड, वी बॉट दिस बुक बाय रसूल मीर, जिसपे उनका कलाम है ट्रांसलिटरेट करके, एंड यू नो वी एक्चुअली गो थ्रू इट, वी ट्राई टू कंपोज इट, बिकॉज उनके पूरे काम में से आई थिंक उनकी सारी पोइट्री में से 1% ही कंपोज किया गया है. एंड देयर इज सो मच दैट यू कैन डू. And for the matter of that fact, you know, when I was, I think I was in Bangalore, 2016 की बात है. I tried to recompose Valoha Bhagwano in my own way, inspired by a Celtic music piece. So inspiration can strike you any time of the day, but you know, मेरे ख्याल से folk music जिसको हम कहते हैं ना, folk actually it comes from जो कि कहा गया है, जो कि लिखा गया है, जो कि already compose किया गया है, और आप उसको अपने तरीके में कैसे रखते हैं. It's the same feeling over and over again over time. जैसे यावर भाई है, he has done a few songs, he has created his own renditions अपने तरीके से, and those sound so beautiful. There's this common factor between Yawar Bhai, Ali Bhai, me and Arslan. We all love this song Dil Nadam by Ghalib. I mean, it's a poem actually. We love it. So every one of us, when we sing it, अगर आप चारों लोगों का ये Dil Nadam गाया हुआ सुनेंगे, आपको entirely एक अलग feeling महसूस होगी. But it's at the end of the day, it's the same poem. So that's what it does to you, you know. Composition में बहुत power है. एक अलग इंडिविजुअलिटी छलकती है हर एक इंसान जो उस एक कंपोजिशन को सेम वे में भी अगर गाता है तो. दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ पोइट्री.
मेरे दोस्त ने, हमारे दोस्त ने, इनफैक्ट रोहन मलिक ने, he introduced me to the works of John Elia basically, and he composed some of his work.
Yes.
अपना खाका लगता हूँ, अपना खाका,
and a few others that are not released yet. Beautiful pieces.
अपना खाका लगता हूँ, एक तमाशा लगता हूँ, आईनों को जंग लगा, अब मैं कैसा लगता हूँ. हाँ, जॉन इलिया साहब कभी उस पे भी you should also try to, you know, compose.
Hopefully someday.
And finally, this I want to conclude this podcast. You know, अब आपने अभी इतना कितने गाने लिखे, would you just quote some of your finest lyrics जो आपको लगता है कि नहीं, ये जो लिखा था मैंने, ये कुछ गाने में मैंने ज़बरदस्त लिखा था, चाहे वो जहलम हो, चाहे वो नए गाने हो या जो आने वाले हो. तो I want to, you know, see आपके साथ कौन से गाने आपके लगते हैं finest है.
You know, when you started asking me this question, already answer मिल चुका था मेरे जहन में. There's this one song, I think I wrote it within 10 to 15 minutes. It was not about the timing, but I was feeling so much at that point of time that I just wanted to jot it down jaldi se. And it became so beautiful. It's going to be out very soon. It's called Aag. It says, Aag ko teri raakh se bujaya, aaj bhi main jism और तू मेरा साया, सर्द हाथों से दर तेरा खटखटाया, शाम भी ढली बाहर तू ना आया, मुस्कुराता चला आंसू ना बहाया, जानते हैं सब तुझको रास ना आया. And then there's a little more, but you know, I think this is my best personally. ये सबसे खूबसूरत lyrics मैं लिख पाया था.
Amazing, bro. I wish you all the best. I know that you are a great poet, you are a great lyricist, and your songs really have an impact on the people. It all started with Jahlim. Now we don't know where it's going, but it's going in a good direction. This song of yours, Gala, I hope it goes to a lot of people and many people listen to it. Thank you so much, guys. आपने episode देखा, जाके ये गाना सुने. And visit Faheem Bhai's Spotify profile and listen to his other songs as well. And I'm sure you will love it. And I'm sure that future में जो गाने इनके आने वाले हैं वो भी आपको ना काफ़ी पसंद आएंगे. So go and listen to it. And thank you so much. मिलते हैं next episode में. खुदा हाफिज़.